Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of HERMES podcast. In today's episode, we'll be talking about something a little more graphic, I guess.
Yeah.
So, parental advisory is advised. Today, we'll be discussing the Dyatlov Pass Incident, 1959. In the story, it is about 9 experienced hikers that died in a Russian mountain, having cut their tent open from the inside and fleeing barefoot into the freezing conditions, with some exhibiting strange injuries. The case is still unsolved. Hello, I am Jeat.
I'm Jerin.
I'm Dennis.
I'm Moytin.
And I'm Molyka.
Okay, so we'll start now. It was February 1959 when a group of 10 university students, including one professor, had set off an ordinary skiing expedition, or so they thought. Confident, athletic, and experienced, the hikers were led by a 23-year-old Igor Dyatlov, planned to cross the mountains of Holatsiako. This can also be translated to the Mountain of Death in the indigenous Mansi language. On the night of February 1st, the group pitched their tent high on an exposed snowy slope. The winds were violent, temperatures dropped below minus 20 degrees Celsius, and darkness swallowed the entire mountains. Luckily, one had returned home after a sudden sickness. However, it would be the last night the remaining 9 were ever seen alive.
Wow, what do you think happened?
So,
Sorry, can you give me the name of the mountain again?
it's called the Mountain of Death.
Wow, I really wonder what could happen on the Mountain of Death.
Was the one leading the hike, like the 23-year-old?
Yeah, he was the one leading the hike.
Did he know about like that mountain? Like,
Yeah, he wanted to cross that mountain for
So-
like...
so he technically made other people suffer with him too.
I mean, yeah, but I don't think he expected like them to die or something. That's why.
Okay, wait.
Is
So a
it-
professor went with them as well?
Yeah, one professor.
Was it his first time there, or?
They're a group of experienced hikers, so they used to go on hiking trips and stuff. But I don't think, like, maybe this was their first time going onto that mountain.
It's like cave divers going into a tiny crack on the floor that's called Satan's fingernails with a 0.00% chance of survival and still doing it anyway. Come on, bro.
High
For the
risk,
plot,
no
for the
reward.
plot, by the
Yeah,
way.
advance the plot, exactly. Let's
Okay.
continue.
Days passed, then weeks. Families were waiting on the return for these hikers. Nothing came. At first, nobody panicked. Experienced hikers were actually often delayed due to bad weathers and the storms that are on the mountains. I mean, a group of experienced hikers, what could possibly even go wrong? But by the 20th of February, fear began spreading throughout the universities and the families of these hikers, of what really happened among these 9 hikers. The search teams were finally sent out to the mountains. The rescuers followed ski tracks through endless snow until they spotted something terrifying in the distance. The group tent was half buried in ice. But something was horribly wrong. The tent had been sliced up from the open inside. Food, money, camera, and warm clothing were all left behind, as if the hikers had escaped in a sudden panic. The real question here is, what were they actually running from?
That sounds mysterious.
It is.
Well, since it was what was it from the inside?
They cut up the tent from the inside.
From the
Probably
inside.
they were.
Yeah.
Probably maybe due to suffering from the inside. I mean, they were escaping and they left everything behind, so probably they were scared or something was haunting them, I guess.
Maybe, because usually you wouldn't open your tent from the inside, right? And
Yeah.
it's cut open.
Wait, so like they cut it open from the inside?
Yeah, they cut
Ins-
it open.
Instead of unzipping. So
Instead of
they
unzipping.
must have been in such a panic.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a really big panic.
It's reminding me a lot of the movie The Thing.
The thing.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, like a group of scientists in like a snow area, they encounter like an alien that's mimicking them and causing panic.
Could it be inspired by
Like,
this
yeah,
incident?
I guess, but it's not
Possibly.
painting a good picture. So I'm scared what happens next.
Outside the tent, frozen footprints led into the darkness. Some footprints belonged to people only wearing socks, while others were completely barefooted. Imagine this. Freezing temperatures, deadly winds, and 9 experienced hikers suddenly running into the wilderness without proper clothes. The rescuer follows the track left behind by these hikers, which led them downhill into a forest. There they stumbled upon a large cedar tree. They found the first 2 victims lying there. The men were lying near the remains of a small extinguished fire, dressed only in underwear and barefooted in the snow. Their hands were burned. Multiple injuries were also found on their bodies. one of them had bitten their own knuckles off.
Ooh.
Wait, what?
Okay, so the hikers found two men, the first two victims, lying near an extinguished fire, and they had suffered multiple injuries on their bodies, and one of them had even bitten their own knuckles off.
Bitten their knuckles off.
Bitten their own knuckles off.
Wow.
That's like a. So them taking off their clothes. That's definitely a case of a hypothermia.
Definitely.
Maybe-
Wait, how do they know like that they bit their own knuckles off?
I'm pretty sure like the bodies were still there and they see like a piece of flesh missing from
So
their
like,
hands
so
and
like-
stuff.
like bite marks.
I'm pretty sure they found
Oh.
flesh inside one of the victims' mouth and it was like
Oh.
they checked their knuckles
Oh.
and the flesh was gone.
That's kind of disgusting. I'm sorry.
Couldn't it be like wild animals from the mountains and stuff? Or
No, it was each other's flesh in their mouth.
They
Oh,
found yeah,
Yeah, so,
his own flesh in his mouth.
his own flesh.
so it's definitely not them fighting.
Oh,
It couldn't be because he
Bit
bit his
off.
own
Yeah.
knuckle.
Yeah.
Was it from stress or?
or maybe he was just too hungry.
I think it was hypothermia. You know how like people
Oh,
who
yeah,
has
yeah.
hypothermia acts
That
out
must
of
be
their
a,
own mind.
You do crazy things.
Yeah.
in the attempt to warm yourself up and your brain is confusing you. But that must be like super severe, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Mm.
Not far from the cedar tree, the rescuers found 3 more hikers scattered across the snow. It looked like they had been trying to crawl back to the tent before collapsing in the storm. The autopsy later came back and confirmed that they died of hypothermia.
Mhm.
But the problem here is that some of them had sustained really bad injuries that does not relate to the cold. One of them had a long red bruise on the right side of their torso, which looked like it was hit by a baton.
Baton.
A
Oh my
baton,
God.
baton, yeah, same thing. Do you guys know what a baton is?
Yeah, it's the things that police officers use.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
What is it?
It's kind of similar to a bat, I'd say.
Oh.
It's like-
it's like the L-shaped bat, you know.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
you fall on the wrist, you can spin.
Okay.
Won't that mean like they were probably caught, or like someone else, since they were like they got hit by that? Does that mean like someone caught up with them?
Like a park ranger?
Could be.
Like
So,
No,
so
it couldn't be a park ranger because it was like a storm at the time. No
Yeah,
one
yeah,
would
there
be
was a
privy.
storm.
So
So
it has to be
technically-
someone who's in the mountain as well.
yeah, there
right?
are other people besides from them too.
so
Mm,
there's definitely foul play involved.
maybe because like
Mm.
as we know, they were running away from something, right?
Oh.
And
Yeah.
the bruises that you don't get bruises from cold, so it could be from that. It could be from that.
Oh, okay.
However, 4 hikers remained missing. The rescuers had to pause their search for nearly 3 months due to bad weather. Because of like all the storms and all the snows that were coming, they couldn't really search for the remaining hikers. The remaining 4 hikers were eventually found inside a ravine after the snow had completely melted. One had a fractured skull, another had a wound behind their ear and an oddly twisted neck. The last 2 bodies had suffered multiple broken ribs. One of them had an open wound on the right side of their skull, which exposed the bone. Another gruesome detail to add to this is that the 2 who suffered the broken ribs both had an empty eye socket, and one of them had a missing tongue. Family members were devastated upon seeing their bodies recovered for their funerals. Tatiana, the sister of Igor Dyatlov, didn't attend her brother's funeral because her parents thought it would be too traumatic for her. But in an interview, Tatiana explained that, "I saw a photo of him in the coffin afterwards. It was just terrible. He looked completely different to what he looked like before. My mom said that she only could recognize him from the gap between his teeth, and his hair was gray.
His hair turned gray.
His hair would turn all gray."
Oh my
So
god.
from black to gray.
Yeah, it's like really weird. I think he was more of a blonde, if I'm not sure.
Oh, a blonde.
Oh,
Ooh.
but the eye socket thing,
Yeah, like all their eye sockets were removed. Like the eyes were gone.
they were just gone.
Yeah, and it's like,
tongue is removed.
and the
But
tongue is
I
removed.
have a theory. What if the dead person that they gave back wasn't really him?
Ooh.
Because the hair turned gray. That just can't suddenly happen after like what? How long was it since they investigated?
Like 3 months.
Yeah, 3 months. How can you grow like white hair?
Or is
Oh,
it
that's
chemicals
true.
involved?
The only thing their
Mm.
parent
The gap in between
his
the teeth.
parents could remember was just a gap.
But to be fair, that could be a lot easy. That could be kind of common to have. It's kind.
Maybe
not-
like their cells died out and then they just like suddenly turn pale because you know like how like when dead people are dead for like a really long time they turn blue and stuff, like they just
Oh,
start
yeah,
losing the
yeah,
colors
that's
from their
possible
body.
as well.
True, but the missing like their eye sockets being just empty and their tongue being
Mm.
chopped off. That
That's really eerie.
chopped off.
Like a missing
You
tongue.
can see. Oh,
Their tongue is like gone.
I don't. The fact that they were in a ravine.
Yeah.
I'm either thinking they either slipped because of the heavy storm, but because of the injuries that they had, even like fractured skulls and stuff. Like
Yeah.
you said, one person had like twisted neck.
Yeah, a twisted
I,
neck.
I'm kind of scared thinking that maybe like Dennis did say foul play. Maybe something was like hunting them down.
Yeah, maybe someone did it to them,
Yeah.
And then
trying
just
to hurt them.
Definitely.
chop off their tongue, their eyeballs, and then just drop them in a ravine. That could be a possibility, and I don't like that.
Yeah, and it like has a lot to do with their like face and stuff. Like
Yeah,
the
it's-
ears are also has a wound and things like that.
Kind of want to say sounds ritualistic, sacrificial in a sense, but I think that might be a tad bit disrespectful to just say, without assuming anything.
Yeah.
But I don't know, bro. They called it the mountain of death, so I don't know.
Yeah.
So anyone else got any more theories?
Well, look, you don't get those type of injuries from falling into a ravine, right?
Mm.
Like twisted neck,
Yeah, I don't think so.
a missing tongue, eyes out of their sockets. No, that
That
just
can't be
doesn't
right.
happen.
Yeah.
Twisted neck in a weird way. So yeah, that because you described it in a weird way,
Like
not
an
like a
oddly
natural.
twisted neck.
Yeah, not a natural way. So of course, you can't get that from falling down a ravine.
Okay, I think there are a lot of other popular conspiracy theories. So, what really happened at the Dyatlov Pass? Well, for decades, there are conspiracy theories that try to answer that question, but some are more chilling than others. One of the most widely believed ideas is that the hikers stumbled into a secret Soviet weapons test.
Mm-hmm.
So, imagine explosions in the night and like parachute mines detonating above them. Yeah, that's gonna cause panic and possibly fatal internal injuries as well. But another theory suggests a missile accident, where a failed rocket could have released toxic gas or triggered a blast, forcing the group to flee from their tents in seconds. But what makes people suspicious is that there's possibility of a cover-up, and the Soviet government kept details of this case classified for years, which left many to believe that the truth was intentionally hidden. And then there are also like some other extreme ideas, like there were reports of glowing lights in the sky that led to claims of UFO involvement, and others like they suggest that there could be a Yeti-like creature that attacked the groups in the darkness. So what do you guys think?
I mean, there was a small detail that was added to the case, and there's radiation found on their clothes. Radiation.
Radiation.
Yeah, radiation.
What is that?
So like when we talk about radiation, there's like because sunlight is a type of radiation.
Yeah.
That's like good. Too much of it's too bad, right?
Mm.
Yeah.
Too much sunlight can give you skin cancer. But when you mean radiation, you mean like the
The-
glowing green chemical that you stereotypically see in movies, right?
Probably.
Something like
The
uranium.
nuclear type?
right?
Maybe
Nuclear?
because like that's all they mentioned. They just said there was radiation found on their clothes.
Actually, yeah, you're right. Sun
mean-
radiation shouldn't be on clothes.
So
I
that
mean-
supports the idea that they could have stumbled into something that they should have not.
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, isn't Russia known as like a country that creates something related to
Oh.
like nuclear weapons?
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
So it possibly could be related to those, the theory that Dennis had before this,
Military.
the military thing.
Maybe they were
Mm.
silenced.
I mean,
could be,
I
could be
mean,
that.
I mean, think of the people in the ravine, missing eyes. You did not witness that. Missing tongue. You cannot speak the truth.
Another small
Mm.
detail is that these students were actually like majoring in, scientific fields, chemistry, engineers. They're also like
Oh.
students that major in those
Oh
things.
my god.
Yeah, so like it adds up to like the military things a lot,
Oh, this is-
especially with the radiation and stuff.
This is getting a little too conspiracy theory.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Well, more than 60 years later, the mystery of the Dyatlov Pass remains unsolved, and whether the truth involved secret military experiments, hidden government operations, or something far stranger, the case continues to spark theories around the world. And thank you guys for listening to our third Hermes podcast. And remember that some mysteries are never meant to be solved.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Yeah.